Okay. What am I doing? I need to heal, firstly. Secondly, we're preparing for Adrian. Yes. Time to see who's the better fairy type and how many times it'll take me to defeat Adrian. Well, here's my fuckler's trick, though, right? Because Adrian can beat me as many times as he wants. I only have to beat them once, and then I win. So preliminary step number 1 for fairy off versus Adrian. I need to have 6 fairies, right? So, I mean, I'm looking at my options here, and we've got Klefki for sure, and I did some prep on that. But for the 6th fairy, it's like, we have Mawile, and Adrian has their own Mawile, so I'm not cheating. However, the thing that Adrian also has is fucking Mega Mawilite. So I'll do this because it's the one we have ready, but this may not be tenable until we get that Megastone. Speaking of Megastone, I am cognizant. I'm cognizant of the fact that I need to take a trip to the Movery Learner and teach Primarina Oceanic Operetta. So listen, about the 15 volunteers thing. I didn't intend for people, I didn't want people to find all 15, right? Like, I eventually begrudgingly added a, oh yeah, this bridge was a pain in the ass. This is just, we copied in the entire bridge graphic here and put it over the player, because trying to surf under things is a pain, but it works. The goal was always that you find, you know, some of them. You do not have to find them all. I do not want people to find them all. That is tedious, that is more tedious than I would like. So I'm going to find 10, okay? Amy, you're here already. That's okay. I just wasn't quite prepared. To tell the truth about my request, I want to battle you. It would be an official gym battle, of course. Given recent circumstances, the actual status of the Reborn League might be unclear. However, Victoria and I will handle the administration, and as for the champion, that's my second request. I want you to become the new champion. That might have been your goal in the first place, but now I think it's especially important. And I'd like it if you in particular, because from what I've heard, you've been the one who's done so much for Reborn's sake. Of course, that still entails collecting all the badges and defeating the Elite Four. Probably no one would accept your new role otherwise. And Lynn. Actually, let's not go there. Even if she defeated Ame, I personally will refuse to acknowledge her as the champion. But we need someone who can stand up to her. You're our best hope for that. You'll do it, right? Thank you. To start, I would like to have our battle now. However, I'm a bit swamped. I've got a handful of workstations that are short-handed. Not to mention planning the recovery party for Devoncorp and what I've begun referring to as the Devonix building, which is just what I called it in development and decided to put that in the game. It's going to take me a small bit of to get those sorted, but I could use your help too. That said, I won't force it on you, because this is a shitty gym puzzle alternative quest, and I shouldn't have done this. I was really trying to give, like with all the quests like this and the mulch quest and the leftovers quest, I was really trying to give a bunch of reasons to just explore the breadth of the new city in episode 16.
I don't think this quest is bad quest.
I think that it's fine as optional, but I really don't like it where I had kind of thought of it as being instead of their gym puzzle. I did want to make a different gym puzzle for them, but that's another thing that I just didn't have the energy or willpower for when we were doing remakes. Management is tedious work, and I will understand if you have better uses of your time. Are you willing to help me out with a small errand before we battle? You are a genuine treasure. This will be somewhat menial, but I would like to ask for your help with recruitment. If you could explore the city and find anybody who might be willing to lend a hand to our work, I'd really appreciate it. If we can get at least 5 people, that should be enough for me to work with. Closer to 10 would be ideal, and I'd make the difference worth your time too. Please have them come here if they wish to volunteer. I'll handle the rest. Notice I do not say get 15. Get 10.
That's just what the completionists decided.
Exactly. After that's settled, let's have our battle, okay? If you tell them you aren't willing, then you can skip it now. It's optional. Yeah. I really did not want that to be mandatory because it kind of sucks. I believe you're one, right? Okay. Now, see, you guys might need to help me out here because I do not remember where most of these are myself. Okay. You're back. I just finished assigning the last of our volunteers. We've gotten plenty, thanks to you. Thank you so much for your help. I know it's not easy going out and looking for people like that. Please take this as a thank you from me. Well then, I guess it's time. I'll take my place in the arena. Take yours whenever you're ready to battle. I'll be waiting. Okay. Amy, are you ready for a long-awaited match? I've been looking forward to this ever since we met. Okay, champion, picture this. You're in your palace at the Hall of Champions. A new trainer, Adrian, has just blown through all of the Elite Four. Z intends to challenge and claim your title. Now you have to fight to defend your honor. Although the roles are reversed right now, this is still a defining step on the adventure, so come at me with all of that same spirit. Show me what Reborn's future champion looks like. What? Ame is gay? No way! Nobody could have seen this coming.
What?
Yeah. It's a shock.
No, I just meant this. That.
No, they know. Alright. Punch the Grand Bull.
No,
Yes!
we're just gals being gals.
Oh, so true, so true, so true. Hypercutter was useful. You're right. You are right.
Kira's my real girlfriend.
That's... No, don't say those things.
I love her.
I mean, you can love her, but she's... I don't...
Can't stop our love.
She can't consent to your love.
I'm Ace.
No, I mean punch with your head. Or your horn thing. Whatever. Damn, I can't believe Jan's homophobic. Who are Adrian's sprites based off of? I do not remember either. Me neither. I don't remember. I don't know. They're just Adrian now. Cass ain't Ace, not enough yeehaw.
What?
Classic cowboy Ace. Okay, this is a great start. Uh-oh, it's the Mawile already. That's okay.
Why are you still talking like Adrian?
What? No, I was just saying words.
Yeah, like Adrian.
I'd be okay with Adrian yeehaw? No, I don't support that. Alright, so this thing is what? It's about to use...
Somebody just make cowboy versions of every character in Reborn, because that's where this train is heading.
I did say we were playing Red Dead, so yeah, probably. It's time to courageously retreat with Jim. I'm thinking I might be courageously retreating with double of them. Because that's definitely going to be an Ironhead. But I don't want to... See, here's the thing. I'm going to feel so bad doing this, right? Oh, you have Nature Power! I forgot we still have Nature Power! Never mind, I was going to say we could sack Egg Roll because it's not going to be very useful here. But actually, I'm a liar. Okay. Mawile can take an yeah. But here's the thing. I need to get... What's it called out? I think Ninetales has to take the L, but I will Blizzard because there's a chance that we'll get the freeze. I think I have to sack Ninetales.
Wow.
I know.
You're the worst.
I know, I'm sorry. And
after everything you've been through together?
It's true. Sorry, Jam. And now I'll switch HoloLens so that we can Oceanic Operetta next turn.
Here, wait, hold on.
No freeze. Hi. Oh no! Shimmer, come back! Just because I was homophobic. You know what? You're right. That's a good reason though. Okay, that's a little more damage than I'd like, but we can make it work. All right. I am planning on that Mawile dying, so I think the Comfey will have time to Tailwind. Kira is extremely good in Baby. Please survive an outspeed. Good. Raid boss down. Okay. Hollow has done their job. And then I guess I can just do that. Sparkling Aria is boosted here? Huh. Neat. I'm not gonna use that, but neat. We're gonna hit this just to make sure we get it down. True love never hurt so badly. Wow, that's... Oh yeah, Comfy is fucking goated on this field. I forgot about that. That's me, I'm Dinkus. Turns out this was really easy.
Yikes, buff Adrian.
I should Drain Kiss that, because Nature Power will definitely go before this. Comfy was a good call. Good shit, team. I haven't had a battle this exhilarating in ages, even by my twisted timeline.
It's not twisted, it's just, you know, upside down and up with someone else.
I think that qualifies as twisted. Wow, that was really easy.
Me?
Yeah.
Why are you being mean to Adrian?
I'm not. This isn't about being mean to Adrian. This is about appreciating Comfy and being nice to myself. Because I thought that was going to be more of a slug. But that just went perfectly.
Okay, fine.
And there it is. The champion keeps their throne another day. And of course, the challenger wins. There, you'll find 2 presents from me. The first is your well-earned Amaranth badge. I wish I'd done this thing with, like, badge container popping up, and TM container popping up in other gyms, because otherwise, every gym leader just kind of yeets their badge and, fucking CD-ROM across the screen.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The Amaranth badge promises that all Pokemon up to level 85 will listen to you faithfully. Not bad for a champion to have, I think. The second present is the TM for Dazzling Gleam. After all, you've got a whole world to show off to. Why not be a bit flashy? And now, I think it's time to come back to reality. There's still a lot that both of us need to do. Victoria and I will take care of everything here in the city. But that means that we're counting on you to take care of Team Meteor. Just a little bit ago, I was notified the Grandview Station has been reopened. Although the tickets out of the region will probably sell pretty quickly, I've put in a special order with them for you. If you go there, they can take you into the Tourmaline Desert. No charge to you, of course. If what I've heard is right, then not only is your next badge there, but one of the crystal keys as well. It's best if you can get to all of those before Team Meteor does. As I'm sure you know, there's a lot that I have to do too, so I'll take my leave now. But please know that this challenge has been a pleasure, and I will always be cheering for you. Okay. So firstly, just gonna catch up with chat real quick.
Ew, not chat.
I know. Isn't Corin Rouge in here? I need to do some other parts of the quest first. Desert Time, not yet, because we do have other post-Adrian quests we can do, so we're gonna do those. Secondly, I realized I mentioned last week, I think I was going to talk a bit about Adrian in this gym. So, Adrian was one of the 2 leaders we added for Season 3 of the Online League, which was not going great, but nonetheless. It was them and Arclight. And we had a lot of deliberation when we were planning the leaders about what gender we would do for a fairy leader, because a girl felt, you know, a little bit too obvious.
Yawn.
So, yeah, it's Yawn. I'll come back to that, Siwak, remind me. And so we were originally going to do some kind of guy that effectively got repurposed into the inspiration for Barry. But eventually one of them...
Barry?
Barry, yeah.
Not Barry?
Not Barry. It's based on J.M. Barrie, the author of Peter Pan.
No, I hate this. Sticking with mine. Continue.
So eventually somebody had the idea to do a genderless leader for some representation, or non-gender anyway, non-binary. That's the word. And one of our league leaders at the time got really into that. So when we were naming them, obviously we have to keep up the name puns. But it's hard to do fairy, and I was looking for something that was 1, gender neutral, and 2, related to time, because the whole fairy circle thing. And so I spent a lot of time looking, and I found something on like behind the name or somewhere that suggested that the name Adrian had the meaning of eternal. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. However, I have never been able to find that again to validate it, and I think I may have simply hallucinated that, but we went with Adrian for the gender neutrality because it sounds like Phaedrian, and then because of the eternal connotation that I possibly deluded myself into thinking existed.
You would do that.
Pain. So that's their name. And then, you know, we have the pink and blue for all their gender, and their badge is meant to be both a butterfly and an hourglass. It's just gone. Yeah. So there will be a Corin Rouge up there later. Seawick asked, why was Season 3 not going great? The biggest answer for that is because by then I was focusing primarily on the game's development, and I was not able to keep up with the online league itself in order to manage everything at a quality that I would have preferred. Season 2 was rougher for that as well, because, like, you know, we had the issues with Fern's actor disconnecting and cybering with people because the same person played Fern and Kane. We had a little bit of an attitude problem from one of the other line leaders who played, like, Saphira. Sometimes would get genuinely snippy with challengers as opposed to in-character snippy. And you know, some of the things, another thing that they talked about, Laura's actor talked about organizing a picnic between her and Bennett and a bunch of the other leaders, which, you know, like, that's fine in and of itself for the setting, but at that point we were still trying to maintain the illusion that these were real characters separated by a lot of time and distance online, so it doesn't make sense for Laura to be flying people to go have a picnic with her. It's just, you know, it was a lot of not really maintaining the characters and drama in a way that I agreed with.
Quality control issues.
Yeah, and quality control on top of that. So I eventually stepped back from that to just focus on the game, and eventually chose to retire the league, in part for that, and in part because with Season 3, 6th Gen was out, and we really had some severe issues dealing with Greninja and Aegislash in particular, in terms of team building. And again, those were probably solvable problems, I think, if I had been able to give more of a dedicated eye to them. But Wideguard Aegislash fucked up a lot of the team building, and Greninja Protean fucked up a lot of the team building, and it seemed like the league kind of got quite a bit easier then. They were broken, but nonetheless. So I just decided to retire it after that point. Plus we were moving platforms and we had to rebuild all the software. It was just like the universe kind of said it was time to let it go. Alright, that went so well. Because I'm the fairy master, I'm the best of fairies, obviously I'm the fairy queen, duh. Thank you all for your help. No, I will not. I will not be silenced. Alright. No. Season 3 was not on Showdown. That was the platform change I mentioned. We talked about how to get it set up on there and never actually did so. Okay. So we got some stuff to do. While you guys are deliberating, let's check on our TVs. Today we're meeting Julia Wilde in a quaint cafe to get a bite and a scoop. Here she comes now. She strolls through the door, swag in every step, and saffron seifuku in full bloom. She rocks a pair of shades like it's nobody's business, and they just have to deal with it. The girl's got style, the girl's got class. She's coming this way, and she crashed. Julia, hello, I'm over here. Huh? Just where are you looking? You walked right into that table. Oh, good morning. Wait, were you wearing those shades just to hide the fact that your eyes were closed as you were walking? Well, duh. How else am I gonna sleepwalk without anyone noticing? I'm not so sure that's quite how sleepwalking works, dear. Hey, who's the expert here, you or me? I don't see you sleepwalking into any tables. As if I would. So much for class. Go on, pick up that chair and sit down. So, Julia, I understand you have somewhat of a fixation with blowing things up. It's just a hobby. Could you tell us how that got started? Yeah. Okay, so when I was younger, I dated this guy named Rod. Actually, was it Rod? Maybe that was Ringo. I always get them mixed up. Those are the meteor partners. Those are the ones that have the Soul Rock and Lunatone that you first fight in Moss Water for the dynamite. Or whatever. The not dynamite anymore. I change it for Ignite. I always get them mixed up. Anyways. So we were out at the park this one time and he keeps like checking his phone, right? And so at one point he steps in the restroom and I check it too to like see what was so important that he was taking time away from me. Anyway, it turned out he was texting this other girl and you know, there's really only one logical thing to do in a situation like that, right? Which is to open up his phone and change around a couple wires and have a Pokemon jolt up the battery just to make it glitch out, give it a little spook, right? I mean, that's what anyone would do. So he gets back from the bathroom and he starts his phone and he doesn't expect a thing, but I'm just sitting there like... And then suddenly, the whole device sparks and the screen melts and he screams and throws away and it hits a wall and boom! I hadn't felt that excited in years. Like, blowing things up is way more fun than guys. But if you combine the two, it's even better. Now, not that I'm trying to blow any guys up, but you know, the look on their faces is just priceless. I'm sure it is. Listen, have you considered professional therapy? Therapy? Me? Oh, I'm not really good at giving advice and helping people. I'm flattered you think so, though. Anyway, I thought the whole kaboom thing might come up today, so I prepared a demonstration. Do you want to see? No. Beep. That's all in today's interview and intermission. Until next time. I don't recall if I told this story, but the reason that Julia has so much boyfriend drama is because there was also an episode on the online league where there was a challenger that was crushing on her, and for the sake of drama and being mean, I guess, I don't really like that I did this, frankly, but she was having boyfriend drama and asked said user to pretend to be her boyfriend to make her ex-boyfriend jealous.
You're a dick.
I may be a dick. I don't think that was a terribly serious crush. But I think that it did not feel great at the time for him. I don't think that it really caused any lasting damage in that case. And he's gay now anyway, so it's fine. Alright. Gotta be honest with you guys, I haven't had the best time lately. Had a little accident. Let's just say it's a miracle I'm fit to go on TV right now. Eye patches are stylish, right? I'll spare you all the details, some of them are unclear to me anyway, but for those who might be concerned, no need. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, but probably needs to be pummeled on the ground anyway. Enough about me. We've got a gym leader profile to steal the show. And who better to steal it than the steel leader herself, Titania Anderson. Now Tanya, as her friends call her, ain't the most friendly leader on the chopping block. She's got a personality hotter than her element and a temper on the cutting edge. This smoldering beauty is forged of more than just a metal and flair. You'd never know from looking, but this lass has a literary lineage and the interests to match. I'm told that above all other subjects in her education at the Onyx Stringer School, even battling, Miss Titania chose to prioritize classic literature. Who knows what about turning pages turns her head, but maybe it's this archaic archaic aesthetic that draws her to older arts like drawing blades. For a girl known to swing around her Aegislash as easily as if it were an épée, it should be no surprise that the blade and buckle Pokemon also acts as her ace. Those who intend to take arms against her should take care not to lose their own during the battle. That's all for now, but remember, trainers, keep fighting with everything you got. Hold your spirits high, and even you can defeat the Reborn League. What was I here for? Why am I here? Lopunganite! Okay, we said I should probably restore Solus. Affordable living.
No, keep them in prisons.
Oh. It was just 5 digits, right? Great. I am getting the Lopunganite. It is time. I mean, this is just my room anyway. A secret switch. Press it? Who wouldn't? Okay. Lopunganite. It is important. So, somebody asked me to... Somebody asked me to explain this room earlier. And there's a very simple explanation. I like Vulpix and Ninetales. But the real question is, why is it full of beds? And there's an answer for that. Ironically relating to the same person who we were just talking about, who was Julia's stand-in boyfriend. There was a night very early on. No. It's not that bad. This is just a wholesome fun one. There was a night very on in the community's online league episode of the community's history where we decided that we were going to have like a slumber party on the server. And so like we had role played. There were maybe just like 5 or 6 of us, no more than 8 for sure. You know, chatting on the server all night. And so we talked and roleplayed about, you know, just filling a room with beds. And we talked about, wouldn't that actually be an awesome thing to do? Just like an entire room wall to wall with beds for a slumber party. And then of course giant pillow fight on top of that. But that became a talking point. It was just like a fun night that we came back to repeatedly. So I decided to put this in as a little callback to it when I was making this room. That's all it is. It was just a thing for back then from one night. Silent Observer, and this being the first time I'm watching, suddenly realizing you're mispronouncing a lot of names of a game I've played for years. I hate that feeling. I'm so sorry. Hi, welcome, by the way. Thank you for playing and being here for so long.
And then, you know, getting your entire life ruined over it.
Yeah, of course, of course. Why did that Torkoal thing get removed in EN Team? Because it was cringe and added nothing and just made people feel like the game was edgy.
Yep.
Oh, why so many beds? Just because we thought it would be cool to do that for a slumber party someday. And so we were role-playing it because we were teenagers. I was just out of high school at that point. Hi, Victoria. Oh, Amy, they let you in? Not that that's a problem. Frankly, I could use the company. This desk work is completely mind-numbing. I'm used to being out there and moving my body. All this computer stuff is such a drag. How can anyone just sit there all day? The paperwork never ceases. Same dialogue. I should call Julia and ask for some of her strongest. Yeah, like it's definitely based on titanium, but despite that I still pronounce it Titania, just because that makes more sense as a name to me. If you were not a game developer, what would you be? Probably a writer, or in theater. Some other creative thing for sure.
Yeah, she hates all that nerd shit.
True.
Thanks.
Ailey.
Yeah? You really gonna try that after what you just said?
Listen, I don't hate anybody else doing it. I just don't want to do it myself.
Uh-huh.
Yes, how I say it is more in line with the Shakespearean pronunciation, exactly.
It's also more in line with her nickname.
Exactly, yes. Tanya, Tania doesn't make sense. Fairy Queen, yes. A record book lists names of Reborn League leaders past and present. Most of the names are familiar, but one is circled in red. Yuffie. Just a straight archive that didn't get deleted when the world was rebuilt. Happens. Memories are much more mutable than texts. You threw all the cushions off your couch and stacked them into a cave, and then a pure white blanket to look at like snow. True polar bear form. That's good. That's powerful. I respect that. Why is it circled specifically? Because it was a leader that was mentioned in archives that nobody actually has memory of or knows who the hell they were. Yeah. Also worth noting with this archive room, this is in specific homage to somebody who was on the dev team briefly and considered their OC to be the Grand Hall's archivist. They later asked to have all of their work removed from the game, but I still wanted to include a small homage to them, even though I really probably shouldn't have.
You really probably shouldn't
I really probably shouldn't have.
You really probably should not have.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that we've gotten you out of your cringe phase. your deep cringe phase. I'm surprised that we could lift you out of it.
Yep. And here's another one. This is Kanaya, who was on the dev team at the time. I gave her and that other person a lot of the busy work. But she also handled a few NPCs like this one, where I did not want to bother with this side quest. So I'm like, you know what? You can just write the entire dialogue. And she wanted to do a self-insert, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Every restoration has a side quest attached to it. It's Sandy? Oh, it's Sandy! It's Sandy! Goodbye, my relationship points with Adrian. Yes, you're right. It's Sandy. It was nice having relationship points while I could. Oh, right, I forgot I did this. Oh, this is gonna be awful.
What are you doing now?
The cycling Devon puzzle. Oh, I was looking at the wrong spot. Fuck. I'm not on speed up, right? I sure was not on speed up. Damn it.
Oh, you can always just do this the way everybody else does it.
What do you mean?
Do you have a ground type?
I do. It's Flygon.
Run.
No, I can do this. I can do this. Fuck. I cannot do this. But I can try. I can try and fail. How low are we? Okay, that's rough, but survivable.
So you heal at the end.
No. That's the bitch move. Wait, I stepped too low. Shit.
You can heal at the end.
No, that's the bitch move. I am a bitch. Damn it, I went too early. Okay, now I've fucked up.
You can heal at the end.
No, I ain't a bitch. Okay. Nope, everything's still low. God damn it, I thought I would get through with at least some HP. This doesn't faint your Pokemon anymore. We had to do that because there was a bizarre bug. It's not supposed to faint you. It doesn't faint you anymore. Oh yeah, no. It still has some HP, haha. It will bottom out at 1 because there was a specific issue where although it was not supposed to KO your last Pokemon, you could white out. if all of your Pokemon had specific HP values enough that they hit 0 at the same time. It was kind of bizarre, but I wasn't able to fix that, so it just now.
Just didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, we sidestepped it, and that's preferable for players anyway.
Sorry, we sidestepped it.
Okay, I remember that this guy has an Archeops, so I don't know if that's the lead. Let's start with Flagon. Hey, this is supposed to be my abandoned building. I claimed it. Yes, I was going for Fantasy Core. Say what?
You don't want to be there, bud.
Ooh, barely not enough for the defeatist. Rhyperior? Okay, okay. Maybe all we need is Flygon after all. Okay, no, I'm glad we have the rest of the team. No, wait, we can Rock Slide this. And then we just hit the Fountain Return. Actually, does this thing have max happiness yet?
Yeah, I was about to be like, are you sure it doesn't hate you?
Well, that worked, so... It's a start. It's a good start. Alright. X-Scissor. Nice. Devon Scope model. Nice. Electric Memory. Who cares? Let's see. Jeez, that's the 6th one this week. Just what's going on? Distribution manager. If you have problems with our delivery or products, blah blah blah, just unless it's about Kecleon. Sorry, that might seem strange. It's just we keep getting reports from residents that Kecleon have been coming out from Rolikern Jungle and getting in their way. Blah 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 blah. I am the same. I'm exactly the same. Technically isn't legal, but maybe we can make an exception. Find some kind of old model, bring it back, blah blah blah. Here's the model. This is just a display model. That's really all they had? Alright, I can work with this. I didn't get to this position just by shooting the brains of the consumers all day. Voila! By analyzing the structure, reverse engineering the component functions, and hybridizing them with self-zone scope technologies, I've created the Sylvan scope. You can go ahead and keep that one as thanks for your work. Now I'm sure to get that promotion. How do I get inspiration for constructing original characters? Well, so Lissa is correct about trauma these days, but back in the day, like, most of these are just, you know, like I said, I really made these characters to be flat and one-dimensional enough that, deliberately, that you would understand their entire personality in a 15-minute battle. So ever since then with Reborn, it's just been a matter of how can we expand these flat characters into compelling and interesting ones. And the way that I have found the most success for that has been, yes, with personal trauma. Because I think that it is the most honest and vulnerable way of writing that people actually resonate with. And I value that a lot. So for this waterfall, I totally cheat here. Because you walk under this waterfall on the sides at the top, I can't actually have you go up the waterfall that way. Otherwise, you would be able to enter the water. Okay, let me try and explain this better. So this is all visually a waterfall, 3 tiles wide, but the sides of the waterfall are not actually legally a waterfall tile. Otherwise, when you're going under it at the upper part, you would be able to talk to the waterfall and like side clip onto the waterfall and go up. So in order to get around part of the sides not being waterfall, I had to block it with the roots this way. And I do this later somewhere else with rocks instead. Something unseeable is in the way. That little bit right there is one of my favorite things in the game. I just find it so tactily satisfying. I was not directly involved in Desolation and Rejuve. We share resources, and I've helped them out a bit by, you know, answering questions or whatever. But I have never directly worked on those projects. Ame is the lead Rejuve dev. Jen, people make that mistake enough already.
Please hit Ame with all of your detailed questions about incredibly minor parts of the game.
Oh no.
Yes, random user, your OC's entire background is valid. And canon.
Ven and Madget because
And
she's
yes, I
not
will
punk rock
put
enough.
The next version.
All of them, every single one. The double fake out kill, that's so rude. I'm sorry, Jen. Let's see. Venom has to be mad to become punk rock, that's all. What inspired Kecleon's shiny since the purple Kecleon is a separate thing? It's just... I think there is a... you know those anime shorts that show up before the movies? I think it's like the 4th or 5th movie. There's a hide-and-seek side story with a Kecleon that can change everything but its stripe. So I was parroting that. Wow, wait, did Brockside miss? We are not updating for Paldea, sorry. I wish to have sanity.
Can't see chat from here, but whoever's idea that was, you do it.
I didn't mean to click Sparkling Aria. I'm sorry, Sarah. Oh, I meant to switch the attack targets for that, damn it. I am fool! Wait, what did I miss? I'm just here pressing buttons? Why was that super effective? Trace color change. Oh. Oh no. I really like Trace though. Okay. Omae wa mou shineru.
What?
That's just the you are already dead meme from this purple Kecleon. It's not angry, just a bully. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I think I buffed this, but I don't remember how much. Surely that doesn't one-shot. No, the flinch! Well, I guess it's time for Lissa. I assume I can take one hit, so power up punch, high jump kick.
If bread and French is pain, then I own a fucking bakery!
Okay, that's fine. I forgot about color change. No, I think I should... God. Oh, you have a really good point about Sucker Punch. Hold on. Maybe this is it. Well, no, because if I encore it, it won't. If it tries to sucker punch, I would encore the sucker punch, right? Nope. It didn't sucker punch. It didn't sucker punch. It didn't sucker punch.
Uh-oh. Well, what did it do on me? Aside from force kill you.
That's okay. It's okay. Whimsicott to the rescue. Everything is fine. IDK if making Kecleon rage quit will work. Sure it will. Yeah, it doesn't have protein. It has color change still. See, this is why I don't need Destiny Bond on Gardevoir. Oh, it's out of drain punches. Never mind, we have a problem. I gave it recover? When did I give it recover? The favorite villain is obviously
one. I have
one.
a lot of questions about you.
Crit. Oh dear, we're gonna be here a while. Oh, no, we win. 2 seconds in the stream and call out my Destiny Bond Gardevoir. Well, no, it's because we had Destiny Bond on our Gardevoir as well. I can encore against Rock Slide. Duh, you're right. It's who am I? I am a fool. But it's all good. Cleon. Tree. We'll take the Trico with us. Who wants to name a Trico? A lot of people have not done the Sandy quest because they know that it loses relationship points with Adrian. Alright. Green.
Wow, relationship points for such a good idea.
That's the wrong order. Green. Red. Purple. Yellow. Blue. White. Destiny's End. In the beginning, there was nothing. This non-existence was nearly perfect. But in not being completely perfect, existence was inevitable. When entropy first came into the world, it must have failed. And for the next infinite number of times that entropy was created, all of them must also have failed. However, eventually, one of them would not. That single successful instance of entropy, a mere flaw in the fabric of non-existence, was simply a tautological certainty. And we who live within it were destined to see it, and it alone. Destiny does not always pull us towards it. It is not a fated end. Rather, from a given beginning, it is the only logical outcome. When the world as we know it was created, it was given form. At that time, so did that which created it give itself a form. This is the Pokemon we know as Arceus. And so, at that time, did that which created this world also create a means for its new form to have been itself created. This, of course, following all the laws of physics that Arceus was writing into place, must have been the meteor. The meteor enshrined below Reborn is often said to be that upon which Arceus first came to this world, and while every piece of physical evidence would verify that claim, in reality, it was only constructed to serve that purpose in whatever retrospect may have existed before the process of time was created. Those astronomic and geological events that would set such a meteor in motion so as to crash onto our planet were all determined long after they must have occurred. Therefore, was not to say that this world that we are experiencing is the same. Every event is set into motion as we know it. Every event set into motion as we know it is simply a logical outcome of what happened in the past, and what must happen in the future for Arceus to be realized. When the world as we know it was created, it was given form. At that time, so did that which created give itself a form. Wait, did I talk to this twice? I must have.
Yeah, you did. Good job. Proud of you.
I thought it was just restating the conclusion. Yeah, this is very circular text. So I'm glad that some people get it now. That used to be Solar Beam. It changed in the great TM swap of E19. Because it was always my plan to hold off on TMs until I knew exactly how many TMs I would have, how many locations for TMs I would have, and then I shift everything forward, as opposed to having to shift things back. And hi, Sandy. Excuse me? Do you have a moment to spare for the sake of this beautiful planet? Thank you for caring about the world we live in. The truth is, despite every single one of us being dependent on this planet, many people just don't give it the time of day. Reborn has definitely come a long way, but the thoughtlessness that led to its decline before is still alive and well. Every day the environment is harmed further. Many innocent and sweet Pokemon are losing their homes. Did you know that every year, over 10,000 Wingull are caught in landfills that aren't properly contained? And every month there are thousands of water Pokemon in seas all across the world dying because of underwater pollution. This is a nod to Sandy's trainer intro, and the fact that this is the Waterium Z quest. She is supposed to be the ground-type reserve leader, but she just ended up talking about water Pokemon a lot because I didn't think about that when I was writing her intro, so this is now a running reference to that. My goal is to change that. Your support can go a long way to making tomorrow a little brighter. So would you be willing to sign this petition to make the city board acknowledge the still lingering threat of environmental detractors in Reborn? Say what?
Petition?
Petition. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Great. Is what I'd like to say, but the truth is we already got plenty of signatures during the restoration. But the city still hasn't acted appropriately in response, and now everyone's so caught up in how great the city looks now that they're forgetting everything that's slipping through the cracks. To be honest, I'm kind of getting desperate here. Hey, I'm thinking about taking matters into my own hands. Would you be willing to back me up? Really? Okay, we can do this. Let's fight for the planet. By the way, my name's Sandy, and you are Amy? It's a pleasure to meet you. So, let's talk about our first mission. This restoration has been a huge improvement for the region overall, but there's one part of Reborn that's suffering as a result. Malchus Forest. The deforestation of Malchus has been causing more and more Pokemon to lose their precious homes. I just can't stand by while that happens. Meet me at Malchus Forest and let's put a stop to it. Sandy wasn't created to mock them. I just, I frankly think that she has a good point. She just goes about it terribly because I ended up writing her to be funny. It's true. I'll talk about that in a sec because there's actually 3 different references in the gum room. Yes, World of Goo is one of them, Cave Story is the other, Mario is the third. Okay, so that's Spice. We need Madame Meganium's shop. I don't understand. Why is this shop run by Meganium? How does she manage business? How does she greet customers? Why is this a thing? I don't get it. But it's probably rude to ask, right? Please spawn enemy Corns. There we go. We received an increasing number of reports about his whereabouts. The fact that is the numbers are so fast increasing, it puts him in 3 different places at once. That's okay. I know where they are. Aha, my love, you've returned to me. Long have I dreamt of this fated day that we would meet again, alas. It was never meant to be, because I am not Corin Rouge at all. The real Corin Rouge would never be caught so easily. However, if you are able to defeat me, I'll give you a hint as to where the real one might be. Yes, Corin specifically flirts with the player if they're female. I think I said this before, but Corin is based off of a character, similar character from a game called Corruption of Champions. If you, yeah, if you know that game, then you might remember the Fox Rogue character. I just kind of liked him. This is a hard fight, so we'll see if I can do it. There you are! I got nervous when I saw there were so many of them, but we should be able to handle this, right? Come on, deep breath. I can do this. This is for the Pokemon. Let's go! So I've got to be honest, like, I clearly was struggling with finishing up development because when we remade Malchus Forest, the Sandy quest was one of the most annoying things because just the movement from wherever you talk to Sandy to move over here specifically felt like overwhelming to me, and having to fix that for the map update. How long do I estimate Starlight will take to develop? At least a handful of years, probably a little bit more than a handful, but we're gonna do our best. Sarah, no, save yourself. Excuse me, on behalf of all the Pokemon living on this forest, I'll punish you. Yes, this one's for the future. Now go home and rethink your destructive ways. That's them. Those are the ones causing a disturbance. Amy? Mr. Flores? This is Lucky. I just need a moment of your time to talk about the deforestation of Malchus and other environmental concerns following the city's restoration. And you must be the reserve ground leader, Sandy. I heard that you were like this. That's right, but what's important is that you take action to ensure the safety of our world. I've submitted several petitions in due process asking for reformation of several policies to better the— Yes, I've read them. I understand your concerns, but in each case it's not as simple as just immediately throwing people at the issue. We'll keep working towards a satisfactory solution, but in the meantime, could I ask you not to accost the city workers? They're just working towards a wage. It's not their decision how much of Malchus is used. And for the record, I understand that most of these trees were generated by the pulse incident in this area. Our priority has always been to use up that artificially augmented plant life for its resources before cutting into the natural environment. And in any case, the simple fact is that large construction projects will require a lot of wood. If you understand, then I'll ask for your patience in resolving these matters properly. Men, why don't you go ahead and take a break? And Amy, keep an eye on her for me, please. Okay, maybe that was a little hasty, but I'm gonna mark that down as a partial success. Now what to do next?
Oh, you're not talking to me, okay.
I know. Ozran Lake has really cleared up ever since the water treatment center came back online, but the truth is some of the chemicals used to clean it are actually still harmful to the Pokemon. Thanks to an anonymous source, I was able to acquire an alternate filter to apply to the main head of the treatment center. I think it will go a long way to protecting the Pokemon of the lake. Maybe the central part of the water treatment center in the Opal Grid. We'll protect the lake together. Was there anything that influenced the Jasper Pokemon design? I think the colors are awesome and also the added train station. I just wanted to remake it, I guess. And I thought the idea, it would be important to have like a person medical center rather than just a Pokemon one. Oh, my glorious goddess, you found me at last. Or have you? But strength alone is not enough to win. But I am a man of honor, and I shall never break a promise to a lady. As such, I'll generously give you a hint about the whereabouts of the real Corin Rouge. Find him buried in a pocket of peonies. Oh? You've chased me all the way. It's so true. No, Eiley. But...
So true.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
First the hello, now this.
I love
you. Baby, it's a good thing she's got you around. Otherwise, I might not come home.
Oh no. Please come home. Please don't go to Wyoming with Sarah.
Well, that's true. We could just steal a baby.
No, my baby. She doesn't like moving. You wouldn't do that to baby.
She gets used to it. Maybe she could meet a big cat in Wyoming.
That... No, it won't end well.
Do they have those there?
Probably. We have them
never
here.
know.
We have them here.
Maybe, maybe they'll be friendly. Maybe the big cat will actually think that Kira is herself very large.
That would be
Because
funny.
They're too mesmerized by how pretty she is.
I mean, Kira has fought a fox. I bet she can hold her own if she needs to. But I don't want to test that.
Oh, is that why every time she plays, I get hurt?
Yeah.
Cool. You, baby.
I do appreciate. I agree with Sastry. I'm glad that we're now actually debating the environmental ethics of this.
Yeah, that's really Sandy's contribution to the game, IMO, is that, like, she's not wrong. Little, you know, we should talk about methods a little
Yeah,
bit, but
exactly.
she's really not wrong.
Yeah. I really wish I had leaned into the environmental aspect of this game harder. Like, I don't think it would be appropriate to shoehorn in, but the message is kind of muddied by Team Meteor being the bad guys and doing half the shit they do. But really, I feel like it's probably important to be having some more environmentally leaning stories in our current epic. Anyway, so this Corin Rouge, this faker in particular, does not flirt with the player if they're a female. Yeah, Mr. Crimson here. Oops, sorry, Crim. It's not even a sorry thing. It's not even a bad thing. But this fake Corin Rouge is gay, so he only flirts with the protag if the protag is male, and he does it just as flowerily, as the others do for female. Well, but as far as the environmentalism thing, I think that it wouldn't be appropriate to do that too much here because it depends so heavily on changing the structure that Team Meteor is in as far as ecoterrorism. Like, I would have to rework the context, at least, of,
Yeah, it just wouldn't quite work with the...
Yeah.
They're kind of,
Yeah.
like, it's not like, you know...
Yeah.
Like, they're two sides of, like, the ecoterrorism thing, right? There's the temporarily destroy the environment to get the people out type deal. And then there's the undestroy the environment now that the people are there.
Yeah.
Because, like, the people need the environment too, so it's all kind of, it's, there's a lot of different shades to the environmentalist ecoterrorism end of things. It's complicated.
It's complicated, yeah. So I'm curious, with these riddles from Corin Rouge's clones, how many of you actually organically figured out that this is the hiding point? And how many of you had to look it up in the guide or wiki or something?
I figured it out.
Good.
Yeah, I had a brain.
Hell yeah.
Maybe you should believe it.
Ah, my lady, to find me like this. Truly, your wit is matched in brilliance only by your beauty. It does me great pain to resist against an encounter so clearly willed by the fates as this one. Nevertheless, though my heart may be torn asunder, I can never be with you. It is a piteous end, to be sure, and I pray that you will not be too crestfallen, my lady, when I tell you that I too am not the real Corin Rouge. You were really pleased with it? Great. But not the specific plant because that's irritatingly specific? Okay. Okay, so some people did. At least some people did. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, like, you know, you had to figure out, you had to, like, run around and, like, poke every plant until you found the right one. You bitch. But, like, you know.
Well, and part of that is just because of the screen size limitation, because I really wanted that X of flowers to be visible behind Adrian when you fight them, but then the player isn't in view, and so that was poor planning on my part.
Yeah.
It's less of an X and more like a DNA thing, I think. Just to match... It's like, not DNA, a helix. Hourglass, that's the word. To match their badge. No tricks this time. After all, his plan has already succeeded. Now it's nearly time. The real Corin Rouge is one of the 3 fools you fought before you found me. But which one? If you hurry, maybe you can still catch him. So long, my bewildered babe. May we meet again, never. You. This is like the grabbing the cat meme. You.
Don't do that to baby.
No, I'm doing that to Corin Rouge. Baby is not grab. Baby is perfect.
She is perfect.
Hold on.
No hurt, baby.
Hold on.
Is she still there?
She is still there. I'm gonna see if we can get a little bit of a cat cam.
A quick hashtag baby moment.
Yes. She is hanging out.
Whoa! Yeah. Baby, will you fall for the camera?
Oh, she made a murr.
Oh, there we go. She's getting her neck scratched. She like a good neck scratch. One of the fastest ways to the baby's heart is through a neck scratch.
True.
Oh, uh-oh.
18 and a half years old on this cat right here.
Too much pressure. Yeah, she turns 19 in what, 2 months?
Yep.
If that.
Yep.
We've just been saying that she's 19 because it doesn't matter. She's actually 8 years old anyway. Like,
True.
not real, right? She's really 19, right? But, like, look at this cat. This cat is 8. Look at her. Look at this cat.
Oh, she does not want to be looked at.
Look at her little kitty paws. Look at how sweet those paws are. Look at how fight she is. Look at this cat. Ha ha ha. See, look at her. She just poked me in the boob. Good thing we're going shopping. See? She's 8. But her birth year was 2004?
I was 12, so yeah.
Yeah, her birth year was 2004. But she's 8. No, baby. No, please. I'm sorry. This cat, 19.
That cat right there.
Oh my god, she's blepping.
She's blepping? Spin her around.
Oh shit, she's not blepping anymore. She
Aw.
licked. Well, I'm sorry that you guys couldn't see that. There was a moment of blep. That's the most blep that I've ever seen on this cat. And it happened right here, right in front of you. But she was facing away. Frowny face.
Rubs monitor.
That do be what she do though. Wait, did she hop up?
No.
Oh.
She's just biting me. Okay, I will let her be. Unless she is going to hop up. She's looking like she's thinking about it.
Because she does rub her head on the monitor.
Yeah. What you doing? I will literally pet you.
Yeah, and what do you think that's gonna help?
Clearly nothing. Alright. As promised, I'll give you a hint for where to find the true Corin Rouge. That's all you'll get from me. Haha, you're still staring at me. You know, don't you? What a pity, though. I have dreamt of our reunion much since I first laid eyes upon you. And how could I not? Even so, never once did I dream that my farewell could come so quickly. I see the confusion in your eyes. But do not weep, darling. Even when I am gone, my thoughts will always be with you. So, remember me kindly as I shall you until my final breath. Oh, I was on speed up. Oops. Don't bother. The nightclub's hiring. Alright, fuck you. You win. I'll go and check it out. You. It is time to become clown.
As though you weren't already one. Zing.
So the The coding for using these applications in the backends is a disaster. So I've set it up so that when you use it, it points to a common event, and that common event is like, okay, which application is being used, where are we standing, which direction are we facing, to make sure that we're standing next to somebody who we care about for these applications here, right? Because I didn't feel like I knew how to create a menu based on what application items I had. Without overfitting it. Like, now I'd probably just use an array and write that, but at the time I wasn't.
Yeah, this sounds horrible.
It was pretty horrible.
And disgusting.
I wasn't comfortable enough with programming to do it, so this is a fucking mess on the back end. A circus job? No way that's for me. Then again, it could be fun to show off in front of so many people. Let me see that. Requirements. Arm wrestle? You can get a job for arm wrestling some schmuck? Who cares about the job? This is a personal challenge now. I'm off. Alright, you. My old friend and most valued customer. Listen, we've got a bit of problemo in the game, and his name is Maxwell. The way he's talking about breaking us up, we ought to call him Max Unwell. Oh, don't look at me. It's like spine tingling. More seriously, I can't think of a job better suited my talents than synthesizing benzoyl methylcognine. Most people can't even pronounce that word. I'm one of them. It's a gift. I suppose I am familiar with a variety of chemical, herbal, and questionable legal substances that might be handy to those with bizarre interests. But really, no one these days likes to think outside the box. So we might as well just blow stuff up. Use. Oh? You want me to work in a medicine market for a meganium, dealing substances with questionable validity to perfectly unsuspecting consumers who are more likely to believe in sigils than science? Well, then you found the right person for the job. I won't waste a minute. Ta-ta! Let's see, and Razzy's in the elevator. Or not Razzy, who is it? Chris, right. Chris is named after one guy I met at a nightclub one time who was extremely gay and extremely flamboyant about it, and just a delight. And then my bike got stolen, and he had to give me a ride home. That's just the person.
And then you had hot, steamy sex.
We didn't. No, we did not do that.
Oh, I guess you said he's gay. Huh?
Yeah, he was so fucking gay. It was incredibly delightful. He just had fantastic energy. But I had never seen somebody named with a Z before, so it stuck with me. Yeah, my bike did get stolen. I had chained it with a lock to a sign outside the club, which, now that I think about it, we live a block from where that nightclub was at the time.
Why don't you think about these things?
I don't know. Do you know the that Asian place that we first ate at when we moved in here? Yeah. So that used to be a cafe called the Gypsy Cafe, and they had a club in their basement. It was like a goth club, and I was so sad that they fucking moved. Anyway, I chained it to a sign over there, and they lifted it over the top of the sign or whatever, or something. A line cook position? That's no good. I don't know how to cook lines. Then again, I can cook other stuff. I cook every day. So maybe there's just a chance I can learn to cook up some tasty lines too. Okay, I'll give it a go. You got everyone already? Rock on. There's one more matter I was hoping to get your help in. It's kind of embarrassing, but I've also never really held a normal job. Even so, I want to start now. I want to work somewhere where I can make people smile and leave glory shining in their hearts. If I can make a difference even for one person, that would be worth it. But as for a job that would let me do that, I'm at a loss. Do you think anywhere like that exists in Reborn? Maybe it doesn't yet, but what will I do in that case? So like this whole gang application quest is partly based on my experiences with working with youth transitioning out of jail, and most of whom were associated with actual gangs. Because of my old job, we did have to do this kind of thing and help them get basic positions. And of course, it's not as fun as like finding the right place for the right person, so much as it is building up their confidence to believe in themselves enough that they are employable. Because a lot of those kids, they really, you know, for all their blustering, oops, I'm facing the wrong way. For all their blustering about, you know, being hard fucking core and shooting up whatever if they get fucking crossed, they really lack a lot of basic self-esteem in their ability to do things like live a normal life. So, you know, I think it's nice and important to show that the end for a gang can be positive and like helping genuinely rehabilitate them. What was my old job? How did I like it? I used to... Okay, so basically, you know the orderlies in Sigmund's orphanage? I was basically an orderly, but instead of an orphanage, it was for kids transitioning out of jail. And by kids, I mean like 16 to 21 years old. I worked night shifts, so I liked that it was time that I could focus on development and just have to myself, because I was the only one there. I did not shock people, correct. I did not like interacting with the clients ever at any given point, because they're all generally not enjoyable people. There were a couple that were alright, but most of them were very stressful individuals. And the few times, you know, it was hard to keep staff around, so we were often shorthanded for day shifts, and if I ever had to fill in a day shift, it was just miserable, because that means I have to be... Not only do I not get the fun part of being alone and being able to do whatever I want while they're sleeping,
Pinky face?
no, not like that, but I had to deal with them and put up with all their, issues. The other benefit from that job, in retrospect, although it was stressful at the time, is that I do have a good handful of funny anecdote stories from that as well, such as, you know, in my first few weeks there, one of the clients did spice, the drug, and then stripped naked and ran through the house yelling about enchiladas.
What?
Oh yeah, I hadn't told you that?
Maybe not. Enchiladas, huh?
Yeah, like he yelled a lot of things, but the only thing I could understand was about enchiladas, and he kept going back to that. And like this man, he did the drug in the shower, which is the only privacy they have basically. So he had to do it there. So he did it, and then he just ran out of the shower without his clothes on. And you know, this is a 2-story old Victorian style house, multiple boys living there. I think we probably had like 8 to 10 at that point. He just fucking bolted, streaked through the whole thing, ran downstairs, ran around, ran upstairs, and after a couple minutes of me saying, hey, please, what the hell is going on? What about enchiladas? Can you explain to me this? He just fucking crash landed and face planted naked in his bed.
Nice.
And so during that, I went into the bathroom and found his shorts and found the drugs in them. And had to confront him about that afterwards. But that sure is one of the things that happened, which now that I'm saying that, like, God, I lived that at the time. And now that I say that, this is barely real. There was the kid who we discovered had a YouTube channel about having dark poetry and setting rats on fire. That's the same guy who jumped out the 2nd-story window to run to a 7-Eleven and buy Arizona tea for him and his roommate at 3 a.m. and then run back.
Well, sometimes he's feisty.
Yeah. And then it's because he was doing acid that night, and so he spent the rest of the night thinking that the walls were made of lava and running into them. Some of them were violent, yes. The other night staff that was not me did get attacked by a client with no legs. He was extremely swole in the upper half, which is why he was able to do that. But that was like a 55-year-old guy who got beat within an inch of his life by one of those clients. And then said client with no legs went on the run for months. And the police here, despite having a report filed and looking for him as a wanted man, could not find him, despite the fact that he was sitting in the literal center of the city, Broadway and Colfax, for just months. We kept hearing our clients say, hey, yo, I saw that guy today. We kept seeing staff, hey, yo, I saw that guy today. Why did the police not arrest this guy?
This is, mind you, the park between the county courthouse
Yes.
and the state legislature.
Yes, he was just hanging out there all the time by the state capitol. And he did eventually get arrested because the executive director of our state happened to drive by and see him and then just stood next to him and called the police like, hey, please come pick up this wanted criminal. That's what it fucking took. There was the guy who was on Pokemon Showdown, which was, let me tell you, when Reborn was on there, I was so worried that guy was going to step into Reborn in my community, but he didn't. But he was on Pokemon Showdown in the middle of the day, during his breaks or whatever. And that was a guy who spoke only in a very, very incredibly unconvincing, like he said it was a Russian accent, but it was more like he rolled all his R's like this. That he swore he was from Russia. But he was actually from Texas, I believe. He just lied about everything. And that's the guy who stole a copy of the Kama Sutra from the library and tried to hide it. There's Mr. 8 Ounce, which is a story that I cannot tell on stream, but that one was traumatizing. Yeah, there's just so much, and in retrospect, some of it is funny. It's funny stories to tell.
Mr. 8 Ounce? Just mute your mic and tell me then.
Pain. I do love you all, that's true. The people want to know.
What? Who? What?
Okay, I'll just say it like this. The 8 ounces in his title refers to a bottle of lotion, and there were 2 of them used in a period of an hour. What they were for, you can imagine. Alright.
Was that so hard?
No, that wasn't so hard. That was the non-traumatizing part of the story, but that's fair.
Wait, what was the traumatizing part?
The part where he did that right in front of me while staring at me. And then I saw it multiple times while doing checks later. And also the toy that he purchased, and I had to search his bag and felt multiple times and thought I was going to get chlamydia from because he had that. That was the guy who couldn't read.
Wow, for how this started, man, this sure became a veritable torrent of things that are going to get you banned from Twitch.
Please don't ban me, Mr. Twitch. I have a girl to gameplay. I mean, yeah, that. Alright, so plan right now, we will do Gum Room, and we will do, there's something else in the slums, Sandy Quest, and then we'll call it a day. Frankly, the next one is going to be Gumi. Is Gumi claimed, though? Gumi is claimed. Oh.
You can have the next one.
Yeah. Alright.
We will get you in.
So Gum Room is a reference to Cave Story, just because the whole gum key is a thing that you do in that. The last of the goo balls didn't seem to notice just how narrow the tunnel they jumped into became. Be careful not to push yourself into a sticky situation. The sign painter cannot be constrained. Because World of Goo is actually a good game. And then the Mario pipes here I had to add to escape, but for softlock situations. But just a few different references in a room. Alright. Now Poison Jab is nice. Alright, I gotta figure out how to have a video game. Have a video game in my video game. So this one is going to go there for sure. Lose nothing by doing that. And I'll save frequently, that way I don't have to redo stuff if I have to redo stuff. I'm glad the perspective on this one worked a lot better than it did for the Crustle puzzle. This is also where Goofy is? Goofy? Yes, this is one of those very much Golden Sun inspired puzzles. Alright.
Wow, I would have that.
Really? Well, so the advantage the Golden Sun has is it has a pull mechanic, so it's usually not tedious like this. And this is also a bigger scale than most of those, but this is the kind of stuff that Golden Sun does. I'm just gonna try and be careful here. Let's see. So there. When was the last game that came out for that series? Like 10 years ago, which honestly I still haven't played. I never got around to playing Dark Dawn.
Oh, see, wow, it's no wonder they stopped making those. Nobody fucking played them. Yeah, wow, I really like this game. This is a foundational pillar, and I'm done with it.
I know, right? It's because I would keep wanting to replay through the original 2 before I play it, so that I can transfer the code forward just in case it does anything.
Could have Googled that to find out.
Yeah. My favorite movie could probably use some updating, but I've generally said it's Girl Interrupted.
It could probably use some updating.
Let's see, I just need to figure out how to get on the inside of this one. Bye-bye! Oh, I see. Do I see? Do I see anything? I should put this here. Wait, hold on. No, I shouldn't have done that. What's my favorite live-action drama TV series that takes place in Albuquerque? Huh. You know, it's gotta be, Looney Tunes as live-action, right? No, they always miss Albuquerque. No, we like Breaking Bad better than Better Call Saul. We actually didn't finish Better Call Saul. Yeah, I think I fucked up.
I mean, we didn't finish Better Call Saul because it was, there were some family circumstances.
Yeah. So maybe someday. Okay, wait. Hold on. I can do this, though. It's fine. Everything's fine. Ninetales, no, you gotta stay. I do not know of Helter Skelter. Okay. Yeah, I just have to go up around there. Everything's fine. Everything is okay.
Is Sadie okay?
Probably, I just don't know where she is. So we do this one first. Say what?
How do you know that anything about that?
Because the everything in this scope is just this puzzle. Wait, did I just fuck up again? Not necessarily. But that wasn't great. Because I need to push that over here first. Maybe I should have waited on those. But still, this is solvable. See, now we're in our cozy little section here. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but that's okay, that's okay. Everything's fine. Yeah, it's all good. There is no need to be upset. We are zen.
No, that's for you.
Oh, my bad. This is a fun puzzle to make too. I like this one. Alright. I just have to care a little bit about this room. And we're all set, right? There we go. Gumi is coming with you now, because I didn't want to program a thing where you can say no to the Gumi, because that would have been a pain. Skylar had claimed this one. Did you know that if the push the pipes so that they're all connected, you get a free Gumi? No way, really? That's crazy. I don't know if I'll use Gudra. I guess I could. I'm doing the fantasy core thing, but we'll see. Oh, I didn't read that. I'm gonna install this. Just make sure no one is coming, okay? I'll just move this, unscrew this. Yep, okay. Amy, something's coming out. I'm still holding this filter together. Can you? Gulp. Got it. Phew. Those little guys suddenly appearing really surprised me. I wonder where they all came from? So, the disturbance that was reported to me was just you again. Oh, where did you come from? We were just doing a regular inspection of the center to make sure everything was in proper working order. No problems here, yep. Well, we'll be moving right along. Then, what's that you're holding? Oh, what, this old thing? It's just a piece of junk, yep. I found it laying around, so I was gonna go throw it away. I don't suppose that junk would happen to be a filter for that machine. What? Pshaw, you're crazy. Amy, isn't he crazy? There's no way I just happen to have taken this filter out of that machine or something. Alright, so supposing, just hypothetically, right? Supposing you did take that filter from that machine, why would you have done that? Just hypothetically, right? Well, I suppose that if that were something I would have done, it must have been because this filter was just passing cleaning chemicals that would have been unhealthy for the Pokemon in Ozran Lake. And so I would have replaced it with one that would make the water even purer. And so in this hypothetical scenario, just where would you have gotten a filter like that? That's... And would it have been an illegal acquisition? Haha, it's just hypothetical, so really who knows? Besides, there were a bunch of Gulpin crammed into the machine anyway, so it was a good thing. And just how would you know that if you hadn't actually opened it? For your own sake, I hope you never have to testify in a court of law. Alright, listen. The truth is, I've known that some of the chemicals permitted by the existing filter would probably still be harmful. Unfortunately, a certain corporation has had their hands in the restoration, financially, and their ambassador has been trying to pull us around for it. That person has significantly different values from many of us, and is only concerned about what we can save them money. And regrettably, that same company is the one we would have needed to finance this filter. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to report that the disturbance down here was just a gaggle of Gulpin, and nothing more. And I'm going to forget I ever saw you here. Please dispose of that filter somewhere no one will find it. But let us, please, not cross paths like this again. Well, that could have gone worse. But what's he said about that corporate ambassador really concerns me. I won't let Reborn rot again. I know. Let's sneak into the Grand Hall and find that corporate office. Then we can put an end to their dark grasp on the city once and for all. Alright, you made it. I had to hide in the shipping crate to get through. What about you? Huh? They just let you in? Well, hiding in the shipping crate was pretty fun, so I'm not upset. Now let's see what we can do. Just a bunch of legal policies here. Transaction records. All these papers are signed or addressed Ignosia Crodbury. I guess that's the corporate ambassador? Well... Oh well. From the sound of it, these pipes are full of running water. That's perfect. We'll just bash them in, flood the office, and destroy all the paperwork here. That should free up the city to do what's right instead of what companies want. Does that sound like a great idea, or does that sound like a great idea? Well, this is an important choice, team. What do you think we should pick? Should we pick yes or yes? I went with yes, sorry. Sorry for all the yes-likers out there. Alright, let's have 1 for the money, 2 for Pokemon, 3 to get ready, and 4 to get gone. This was so awkward to try and sprite with the whole silhouette of the stairs there. I still don't really know how I should have handled that, because this ain't it. Well, I think that about settles it. The city should be free from corporate tyranny to protect the Pokemon and environment now. Let's get out of here before anyone notices. So, hypothetically speaking, all that corporate paperwork is gone, and that's not a hypothetical. You can thank us later. Please leave. Yup, sure thing. Thanks for your help, Amy. You really gave me the confidence to make things happen. I think I should chill out for a little bit before I actually get arrested, but why don't you take this? People always ask me why I use this even though I mostly train ground types. So I think it suits you better anyway. I'll see you around, Amy. Oh, I like how the Vulpix just moved out of the way. Repairing that room is going to be an additional headache. But I must admit, I somewhat relish the thought that an elongated repair process will be a reason for me to ask the ambassador not to come in for some time. And it's true that there may be some binding documents destroyed in the process, but I am not about to admit defeat to that woman. No, ma'am. Her heart's in the right place, but she's enough of a menace without me encouraging her. I am tired. Thank you, Shaylee. You always understand. Okay. I believe that is now the gambit of post-Adrian City side quests. Except for the starter one, which will be ongoing anyway. Next week, we will go on to the desert. Did Adrian catch one of the Vulpixes from the back room? Yes, absolutely. Your curiosity is going to run rampant others. I mean, you can literally see what they all are. And you can see that they're not interesting, just like trainer data and stuff. Alright, thank you all for being here. Desert next week. That'll probably be at least a stream or 3 between the side dungeons. Thank you all for joining me. Gotta come back for Taka. That's true, that's true. Oh, baby is back here. She's back with us. Ooh. Okay. One last baby for the road. There she is. Hey, you. What if I spin you this way? Lua says they love you. Look up here. Look at the camera. Look. Hi. I love you. Oh, no, she doesn't. She doesn't love anything. She only loves silence. No. I apologize in advance for the talk. It's something that will inevitably occur next week. Oh yeah, there is never any doubt about that. The real thing to apologize for is having to click 35 times to get all his dialogue. Jokes, it's more than that because I didn't make it sequenced. Even though I should have. I wanted to. I just didn't have the willpower. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for being here.